With texting, Twitter, and Facebook, many people have become dependent on electronic interaction to communicate.
But with all this new technology, our next guest says there are still old-fashioned rules that need to be followed when it comes to dating.
Dr. T. Charles Brantley is a relationship counselor and is here with some dating advice. Welcome back to the show.
Again.
It's great to have you always.
Yes, yes.
All right, so what are we're talking about here today about social media and how it's affecting everyday dating.
It's affecting people like crazy, and people are really taking a shortcut to really find out who the person is that they may marry down the road.
So we don't want shortcuts.
We don't want shortcuts because shortcuts just get you in trouble down the road. And so find out, take your time, find out who the person is, do the background check, do the CSI, and you'll find out.
But couldn't this help Facebook and Twitter, that type of thing?
It helps, but again, it's a start. It's not the finish. It's a good kickoff, but it's not the full game. It's the first quarter. It's not full quarters. NFL. Yeah.
All right, yeah, because initially they could meet on the internet and everything else.
Yes.
So we really need to get into who they are.
Gotta go down, and there's some guy, oh, he's a great guy, but he's really a cookie monster.
What does that mean?
All he wants is cookies. That's all he wants, cookies. And I tell women who are dating, don't go for the guy who's a cookie monster. Go for the baker. The baker not only eat cookie, helps you to prepare cookies as well. A lot of women have a lot of good cookies to have. Cookie monster. No, you want the baker. Help me bake cookies as well.
But, all right.
But the guys who are the cookie monsters,
yes,
they're usually the guys that girls love to go to. They gravitate toward them, the bad guys.
Well, I teach my couples, singles especially, that people are addicted to bad people. Just like you can be addicted to drugs, addicted to alcohol, you can be addicted to Cookie Monster.
So
stay away from them.
How do you break that addiction?
First, find out who you are. First, find out, these type of guys have the same type of results. You're not dumb. You're not just reading the signs. The signs is he's a bad guy. Stay away from him. Stop going to the same places and find the same type of guy all the time.
All right, so you have Cookie Monster as a friend here.
Yes, Scary Jane. A lot of guys are looking for girls. Oh, she's fine. She's beautiful. She has the hips. She has all that. But deep down inside, Scary Jane. She's a stalker. Only thing she wants is money and time and a good time. Not a good mother. Not a good wife. Just a good time. Next thing you know, you're in trouble down the road.
Oh, you're talking about fatal attraction.
Fatal attraction. And guys, we are just so bad. Oh, she's fine. God, oh, she looks great. Oh, let's go a little deeper than that. And the deeper you go to find out who she really is.
All right. Well then, there must be some, if we move back to the technology here, you have some tips that could help us?
Yes. The tips are, yes, you can start with the technology. You can start with that, but again, you got to take your time and find out the person telling you the truth. Old-fashioned things, truth never changes. You can get so caught up with the profile, but let's go further than the profile as well.
Okay, so how do you do that? Do you start asking friends? What?
I would ask friends. Most of all, if he starts stuttering when you say, what was your last relationship like? How did it end? And if it's always on her, if it's always on him, it's a good sign you're not telling the truth, because it takes two to have a collision.
Do you really want to bring up past relationships, though?
You better, because you may have another issue down the road. Oh, you date my ex-boyfriend, and your tires are slashed. Oh, no. Find out the past. Very important.
All right, what are the other tips you have?
Always also, when you date with your other friends. Because your friends will tell you is a good guy or a bad guy. True friends will never lie. They'll say, good guy, bad guy, stuff like that as well.
But when you're involved in a relationship, sometimes you don't want to accept that and listen to it.
The problem is people get drunk with love. They get drunk with, oh, yeah, I'm loved. No. Let's slow the roll. Let's pump the brakes really slowly. Find out who the guy is, and then, find out who the girl is. And then as time goes on, you'll find out either Cookie Monster or Scary.
Okay, what are the warning signs for a Cookie Monster or a scary person like a Fatal Attraction type of woman?
Clingy. You can't go nowhere unless you're there. Now, I do believe in accountability. When it gets serious, the first week, if he or she's asking, I want to know where you're at, there's a problem going on. It's the first week. But after 6 months of dating, yes, definitely accountability. Those are that's a big sign right there.
All right, so clingy.
Yes.
What else is there?
Clingy. You have to always explain yourself in detail when you're starting. Let me say this. If you're starting like you've been married 5 years in the first week, there's problems with that. There's a problem with that. Oh, I want to move in. Wait a minute. I just met you yesterday. There's a problem with that.
A little too pushy then at the very beginning.
Pushy, a little runny. You know what? Listen, good restaurants take time to eat. Olive Garden takes time. McDonald's, fast food. Having fast food, indigestion.
All right, so let's go back to the technology. And we're
Yes.
talking about, would you friend your significant other on Facebook? Is that something you'd recommend?
If you get into a very serious relationship after a certain amount of time, yes, you friend each other. I teach couples that before you have a new friend of opposite sex, make sure you check off on each other. You can't have a new friend unless your other your partner knows.
All right.
Cannot do that.
Seems like a pain in the neck. I gotta tell you, that seems like a lot of
After 6 months,
I don't know. You can't have friends? You can't have your own Facebook friends?
you cannot have nothing unless you're now after
But
6
isn't that
months.
a trust factor then?
Listen, trust factors are only built up in time, all right? You trying to be slick on me. All right?
I'm
They're
just
built
saying, I
up
don't
in
see like a
time.
big
But
problem.
after a certain time, Teresa, after a certain time, yes, we must know everything because whatever you don't know can bite you in the dark.
All right, well, what
Monster.
Words to live by.
Yeah.
All right.
But
what's the biggest mistake when it comes to technology? What do people tend not to do
They
because they have
depend too
all
much
that?
on technology more than character. Character is something that will never, a character person will never change. And the character is that, you know what, when I sneak up on you after 6 months of dating and I find out you have another girlfriend or you've been married, oh, you know what, there is something wrong with your ring finger. There's a tan on it and you're telling me that you work. No, you are married,
goodness.
you're not telling the truth.
Right.
Character, very important in a relationship.
All right.
That is amazing. Okay, anything else that we need to know?
Yeah. You know what? Again, true love takes time. Yes,
I was just
Teresa.
going to say,
Uh-oh.
like thinking of an instant messenger
Yes.
or iChat.
Yes.
It seems like a good idea.
It is a good, again, it's a good start, Teresa, but it's not the
It seems
end.
like it would be crucial in a long distance relationship.
We can, now long distance,
Guess that's
Skype,
different.
understand, but
Right.
again, you may start at McDonald's, but you cannot end at McDonald's.
Quality. I get it. I get
Thank
it.
you.
And you should really take that time. This is the thing. People just don't take time anymore when it comes to relationships.
People have this romantic love, and Lady Diana learned the hard way. She fell in love with her prince, but in actuality, he was Cookie Monster. Yeah, I said
All
it.
right.
Okay.
I think we're just about out of time. It's always a
bless
pleasure
you.
having you here.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
me. Thanks
Come
for
up
having
with
me.
something else to talk about the next time, okay?
Oh, we shall.
Stay away
Thank
from
you.
the Cookie Monsters.
Stay away from Cookie Monster
And Scary Jane.
Scary Jane. She's scary.